Clive, you were a college boy here down at Bata in East Tilbury. Can you explain what exactly that means?
Well, Bata had a system of growing their own junior managers for East Tilbury and also ultimately the plants overseas. And they had a residential unit here called Bata Technical College. It was split into three. There was rubber technology, leather technology and administration. And I guess there were about 6 jobbers at any one time that undertook a 3-year course at the college. We slept there and ate there, but we used to go to our respective colleges for the academic studies. I was on the leather side of things and went to Cordwainers College in London. Those on the rubber course went to the National College of Rubber Technology, and the admin people went to Thurrock Tech College. But we were there for 2 or 3 years at the college. Great camaraderie there. We do 2 terms a year at the college and then 1 term a year in the factory, learning all the jobs basically. And from there, you went on to take a job up in Bata, Tilbury. I went to Cumnock in Ayrshire, and other people went overseas.
So it seemed like a very organised system. Was that a good thing?
Yeah, it was very structured. The whole Bata ethos was very much Bata oriented, and there were Bata systems and Bata standards in place, which basically set the standard for elsewhere. A lot of people on leaving Bata, once they left their employment, used to go into other aspects of the footwear and other areas of the footwear industry, and were quite readily welcome because the training was very good indeed. It was very practical based because, as I say, we used to do every single job in the factories, in the admin areas, to get to know what we were doing.
And do you keep in touch with people that you're at college with?
I've got about 5 or 6 people I'm still in contact with. We had a reunion at Cordwainers College some time ago, and my vintage was 1960 to 63. But I think the college would have started in about the early 50s, 1951, I think, until 1970s.
So a day like today here down in East Tilbury, I mean, you're now based up in Norwich, is that right?
That's right, I live in Norwich.
So how do you hear about today?
Just by googling Bata on the website and finding out what was happening. I just bumped into a chap who was at the college 5 years before me, who I ended up working for, and I haven't seen him for 48 years, John Legree.
But you mentioned the happy memories. Clearly there's a lot of happy memories come from working there. Do you think it was a magical time and a real idiosyncratic part of 20th century history?
Oh, it was. Everything was, we didn't realise then, it was the post-war boom basically, and manufacturing was still thriving at that stage. The developing countries hadn't got inroads with footwear at that stage, they're beginning to, and there was a thriving community here, and community is the word. It wasn't just the college and a factory. There's a whole residential estate here where people live, grow up, had children, and some people are still living on the estate now today.
The records there. Was 1958 a particular favourite year of yours at Bata?
Only my daughter was born.
So what years were you at Bata?
1942 to 1958.
Are they happy memories?
Yes.
Any what stands out? If you say you had to choose 2 or 3 memories from that period of time, what would you choose?
Well, I was always in sports. I was a netball captain and that, and athletics, and we used to have a good time, social evenings and all sorts of things.
And why do you think there really isn't anything like Bata these days, is there? Why do you think that is?
Well, people needed to work, didn't they? They were very good to the area. I think when they came in 1933, there was so much unemployment in the area, and they sort of wiped it out.
So do you enjoy coming down to days like this?
It's the first time I've been. This one.
And you've been looking through and haven't seen lots of good memories?
Oh yes, well, I know him, I wonder where he is now, or her. I married a fella from Stockrooms.
And was that quite common for people to meet at Bata and marry?
Yeah. Because we had quite a good social section down there, football, netball and tennis, swimming, dancing.
Yeah, but the nets are up on the tennis courts.
They're still building the factory.
Yeah, they're swimming pools.
How do people connected with Bata, or people interested in the history, how do they get to know about days like today?
Well, we have got a long list of people who've contacted us over the years, and I email out to people I've got. We send postcards out to people on our mailing list, which we're actually updating at the moment. And we try to get it in the Gazette and the Yellow Advertiser, which we've actually managed to do this time. A lot of it is done by word of mouth, though. People contact us.
And there's a genuine, as people stroll around and sit down, there's a genuine interest, isn't there? People, they're delving into history, aren't they?
Yes. Family history is important to people, and they've all got so many good memories as well as bad memories, and this helps bring them out. And I think that it takes people back to probably better times in their lives.
And isn't it interesting, compared to say when we last spoke 6 months ago, that we're in the midst of real economic uncertainty, and here at Bata was the home of economic certainty, wasn't it?
Well, yes, it was built here in the 30s because they wanted somewhere for the young boys to have jobs during the recession. And Reverend Cannonbaum from Tilbury actually encouraged Thomas Bata to build here for that reason, so that there were jobs for the young men locally.
So will we be back in another 6 months with another Reminiscence?
Oh yes, we have a date. I can't remember what it is. It's on my form around there, but we'll be back in October for another.